Hello and welcome to another episode of Supreme Clientele, the show on the Monk Maddox channel where I, your host Monk, aka the Monk Magician, give you 3 must plays for the upcoming UFC card, which in this case is UFC Vegas 53, happening April 30th, 2022, this Saturday. Headlined by Rob Font and Chito Vera. So real quick before we get started, please guys, I would really appreciate it. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm really trying hard to get to 250 subs before the next pay-per-view, and we are so close. We've got about 17 or 16 left to go. So if you haven't subbed, be sure to click that button and hit the bell as well if you want to keep up on everything DraftKings related for the upcoming UFC card. So thanks again for joining me. And with that out of the way, let's get right into it. The first play of UFC Vegas 53, and this video is going to be about 5-6 minutes, so real quick, in and out. First play, the $8,900 Gina Mazzani. What do we got here? She is going up against Shanna Young, which she may or may not deserve to be in the UFC, but that's neither here or there. Gina Mazzani, tremendous scoring upside, 127.88 DraftKings points per win, 5.03 raw DraftKings points per minute. And she has scored over 110 points in both of her UFC wins. The scoring potential for Gina Mazzani is incredible. So I will definitely be rostering her against the underwhelming Shanna Young. Mazzani also very grappling focused. 4.70 takedowns landed per minute. 7.85% takedown rate, the second highest in the women's flyweight division. And she has a 58.06% takedown accuracy, absolutely fantastic. And as I kind of alluded to, she does have a lackluster opponent this week in Shanna Young. Young allowing 5.04 raw DraftKings points per minute, which is just what Mazzani scores. She's also allowing almost 1.2 grappling points per minute, which, obviously as the last section, Mazzani is very grapple focused. And opponents score 106.42 DraftKings points on Shanna Young per loss. This is a recipe for a huge, huge score from Gina Mazzani. Give me the upside all day from Gina Mazzani. And at 8,900, she really should not be that difficult to get to. When she's out here putting up over 110 per win, and I think she has personally, I think she has a good chance of winning this fight. She will definitely be a fighter I am looking to play at UFC Vegas 53. Next fight that we will be targeting, or next fighter, I should say, is going to be Grant Dawson, $8,700, so a couple hundred cheaper than Gina Mazzani. And look what you get, another fighter with huge takedown upside, 3.44 takedowns landed per 15 minutes, 10.94 takedown attempts per 15 minutes for Grant Dawson. Let me read that again, 10.94 takedown attempts, 12.39 takedown shooting rate. That is one of the absolute highest in the division. And an absolute monster of a number. So Grant Dawson, shooting. Also has a big time control time edge, 60.09% control time in his fights, 7.54 control time ratio, which means he's out controlling his opponents 7.5 to 1. And he has spent 69, almost 70% of his total fight time fighting inside the distance. So a guy with huge takedown upside and a big control time edge is spending 70% of his time fighting inside the distance. His opponent really needs to keep that in mind, or else he is going to get worked on. And then lastly, Grant Dawson with very good DraftKings potential, scoring over 4 points per minute. 3 of 5 wins, he has scored 100 or more points, and he is $133 cheaper than his average salary. And if you know me, and if you watch my videos, you know that's something I look forward to. I hate paying up for guys that have low volume. This is the exact opposite. He has pretty high volume, great ground game, which scores very well for DK. And he's just historically a very good scorer, has a great pace. So give me Grant Dawson as a must play this week. And guys, last play of the week for Supreme Clientele, be sure to hit that like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell as well. Thanks. I don't know why I did that. Just changing it up a little bit. Play number 3, $8,300 Gabe Green. Now, Gabe Green could be flying under the radar this week as far as ownership percentage. And I did kind of choose a lot of middle of the road guys this week for my must plays. You can, easily build lineups around these guys, expensive or cheap. So Gabe Green, Extremely high volume fighter, 6.57 significant strikes landed per minute. That is a huge number. Throws 14.17 significant strikes per minute. Again, one of the highest numbers in the division. Spends 68.11% of his total fight time fighting at distance. And with that high of a volume, he is has the potential to land a ton of strikes and score a ton of points in the stand-up game, which can be difficult to do in DraftKings. He is a tremendous DraftKings scorer with that striking pace. You would imagine that to be true. 105.39 DraftKings points per win. Gabe Green scores 4.22 raw DraftKings points per minute. And he has a good floor too. In his one UFC loss, he did put up 51.13. So definitely a good play for cash as well, Gabe Green. And at that $8,300, it's easy to get him into those cash lineups. And then lastly, Gabe Green has an unproven opponent going against Johan Lanes. I think he's 8-0 professionally, but he has no UFC fights. Yeah, he has only 8 professional fights. Gabe Green has never been knocked down, and that is what Lanes has been showing, or at least in his, I believe he had a Dana White Contender Series fight. Now I'm going to have to check, so just bear with me while I babble and look for this fight. Yes, he did have a Dana White Contender Series fight. And Johan also has 6 professional wins by KO TKO. So Green never been knocked down, so rock for a head. And this Salary Voodoo is fantastic. If you want to head over to the MMA Engine, check out the Salary Voodoo video, which just came out this morning. I do talk about, actually, is this right? Gabe Green, this is not right. His $8,500, not $8,300. I'm an idiot. So where this says 8,300 is not true. Gabe Green is 8,500, but that does change nothing for the fantastic Salary Voodoo. In fact, it only makes it better, as 8,500 is one of the best salaries to play on the entire card. So guys, we did it. Those are the 3 must plays for UFC Vegas 53. One more time, we'll recap. Gina Mazzani at 8,900, Grant Dawson at 8,700, and Gabe Green at 8,500. Not 8,300. So thanks very much for joining me. Be sure to stick around. If you're watching this video, go click on the must fade video. Keep it moving. I just put that out where I give you 3 fighters that you need to fade for UFC Vegas 53. So last time, thanks a ton. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, help me get to 250. And as usual, guys, I want all of you to enjoy the fights. So enjoy, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.